Hello everyone, Mike1217 here, welcoming you back to Let's Play Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest. And before we begin the next level in this game, we will visit the Kong College. So this is the... actually, this isn't the first Kong friend that's appeared. We also have Cranky Kong up here, who pretty much serves the same purpose as he does in the first game. I'll show him off later on, but he basically just gives you hints. As does this new Kong here, Wrinkly Kong, who also can give you hints, but she also serves a very, very important purpose. She actually replaces Candy Kong from the first game, and she allows you to save your game. So you can do that. Well, might as well just do that, see what her percentage is at this point. And it is 7%, which is pretty low, but again, we're only 3 levels in, so you can't really expect that much. So yeah, and you notice right there, like right next to save game, now it's actually 2 coins. The first time you save your game in a world, it's free, but after that, you have to pay 2 coins. You can see in the top left corner of the screen, you can see how many coins I have. I have 5. So if you've been noticing me picking up those banana coins throughout levels, this is what they do. They allow you to use various functions of your Kong friends. And yeah, so they're pretty important, and it's nice to have as many coins as you can have. So let's move on to the first water level in the game. This is Lockjaw's locker. And if you hug the right here, you can find one of many hidden passageways. There's a lot of spots in the water levels in general that you can go through walls in. So I'm going to try to find as many of those as I can just for the fun of it. It's fun to find hidden walls you can go through. That's something that this game does a lot. It does a lot more than the first and third game, is have walls that you can go through and floor that you can go through. I think right down here you can go through another one. A lot of these hidden passageways are pretty useless. You just get bananas and banana coins through them, but they're still fun to find just for, you know, exploration's sake. So yeah, the first water level. The water levels in this game are pretty similar to the ones in the first game. And if we go down here, we can find another returning animal buddy on guard, and we can actually use him to go up here. And on guard also has a special ability. It's pretty much the same thing as Rambies. If you hold down A, you can do a charge move. It really is the same thing as Rambies. So this is the first bonus area of this level. Find the token. Now in the water levels, I'm pretty sure every bonus area in the water levels are these type of mazes, and they're pretty easy. Just go wherever the bananas aren't. You kind of want to follow the opposite rule of this game, like opposite of the general rule of the Donkey Kong Country games, which is follow the bananas or take you to where you want to go. Well, in a maze like that, you don't want to follow the bananas. You want to stay away from them. So there you go. But yeah, the water levels in this game, they're pretty much the same thing as in the first game, but there actually is out-of-water segments of them as well. That's something that the first game didn't have, is parts of the water levels where you actually went out of the water. So occasionally you will kind of run around on land and do some platforming out of the water. I believe we're going to lose on guard here, get a life form. Usually you'll get something pretty nice for your animal buddy at the X sign. So these stingray enemies right here, I forgot what they're called, but if you pay attention to their color, I like to kind of relate them to Koopas. Like these green ones are kind of like red Koopas, because you'll notice they go back and forth, kind of like the red Koopas. And then a bit further, there's a starfish here. I'll watch out for those. Then the blue ones here, they just keep going straight. So they're like the green Koopas. That's just the way I've always thought of those. Just something worth mentioning. And over here we have another on guard. An easy way of knowing where on guard is he tends to be pretty hidden in a lot of the water levels. An easy way to know where he is to keep an eye out for a Lockjaw, which is those red fish. Keep an eye out for them, and keep an eye out for kind of a passageway like going south underneath the Lockjaws, and usually that's where you'll end up finding an on guard. So you'll notice that as you play throughout the water levels. Okay, so right here, what you want to do is you want to do a dash, go through all that, and that's how you get the DK coin. So that's something that can be easily missed your first time. Now if you do miss that, let's get out of this. It's kind of annoying using on guard on land. If you do happen to miss that, you can salvage it if you do have both Kongs using a team-up throw to get up here. So that's the way you can salvage that DK coin if you happen to miss it with on guard. So that's nice. So let's get the end level target. It's worth mentioning that the end level target, you have to hit it from a decent height for you to actually get the prize from it. If you land on it with like a normal jump, you'll just end the level. You won't get your prize. You won't even have your Kong play their nice tune. You'll just end the level. So you want to try to hit those from a decent height. Usually just as long as it's higher than a normal jump, it should be good. Anyway, this is Swanky Kong. It's kind of like a bonus quiz game thing, and I will do it eventually, but right now I'm not going to mess with it. But yeah, I will show that off again eventually. I will show off all the Kong friends at some point, just not early on. So here's Topsail Trouble. It's another main brace type of level, or whatever you would call it. And this is the first new animal buddy of the game. This is Rattly the Snake, and to be honest, I know some people might hate me for this, but I'm actually not a really big fan of Rattly. Just like, I'm not a big fan of using him, because I'm not very good with them. Because he's kind of like a, he's pretty much your bouncy animal buddy. He's kind of like Winky from the first game, only a lot bouncier. And I'm not a big fan of him because I just don't like bouncy mechanics and platformers. Like in Super Mario Galaxy, I really hate that freaking spring power-up. Like, that one's a lot worse than Rattly. Rattly's not quite as bad as the spring power-up in Super Mario Galaxy, but he's kind of annoying to use, for me anyway. And there are a couple levels where you just use Rattly, and those are the levels I'm probably going to have the most trouble with. Here's a Destroy Them All, again, pathetically easy, just like just about all the other mini-games. So, there you go. You can go through this level without Rattly. You only really use it for the first half of it. I can see all these hooks here, but I'm used to playing it with Rattly, so I'm not going to really mess with it. It's quicker to go through with Rattly. But I think this... I just want to see what's in here. I need to do a team-up. Another new thing that's introduced in this game that some people probably won't even really notice is that you have the ability to throw items upwards. Whereas the first game you can only throw items forwards. So that's just a minor thing. Now here, I hit the midway, you can't really tell there, but you see there's a sign right there. You're supposed to actually come from the other side to lose Rattly. So I'm technically taking Rattly where I'm not supposed to take him. I'm gonna see how far I can take Rattly in this level. Probably not very far. You're not supposed to have Rattly at this point, but I'm just gonna see. Yeah, not very far. Now I'm falling really far down. See, that's what I was talking about in the last episode in Main Brace Mayhem. With the vertical levels, it's really not that bad of a penalty when you fall. You just have to climb back up again. I guess it is kind of a time racer because maybe it'd just be better just to die. And now I'm gonna lose Rattly, so yeah, I've tried it. I've tried taking him past this as far as I could before. And I really didn't get much further. I mean, you can jump on that B and maybe get a bit of a boost and get somewhat further. I don't know. Maybe you could jump on the B and jump on this guy and maybe get up. I don't know. It's probably not gonna happen unless you glitch the game somehow or something. So with vertical levels, you really have to be careful and kind of check everywhere because it's easy to miss the bonus areas in these types of levels. I don't think you can get to that rope. And if you switch to Dixie Kong, I think you can, but I might miss something. I might be missing something if I take this. Shit, well, I'm gonna get hit. That's one thing. Yeah, that's actually not a very recommended shortcut to take right there. In fact, I think I am missing something too. I might die because I'm not used to going this direction. Yeah, I definitely... Okay. This is a bonus area up here, so you find a hidden hook, you jump on the flitters, and it's just the second bonus area of this level. And this one's pretty easy. Just climb straight up, and you'll avoid all of these. As long as you just wait for the first one to get out of your way and then climb straight up, you will avoid the other ones, trust me. So that's pretty easy. Yeah, there's numerous ways you can go, and you can't get to that rope up there. You can see it up there. Team-ups can't get you on ropes, unfortunately, if you try to throw a Kong to that. So unfortunately, we do have to backtrack. We can't take a shortcut. So let's just keep going. And most of this level is just avoiding zingers and clingers, I think is what they're called. It's kind of funny how they rhyme. Clingers, I'm referring to the kremlings that climb the ropes and slide back down. And that was the DK coin right there. That can be kind of easy to miss, so just kind of keep an eye out for that. And there's this is pretty much the end of the level. There's a platform right above us, and I don't think you can get to that. I've always wanted to try to get to that, but I can't think of a way possible to get to that. So that's kind of unfortunate. Now, there's the end of the level, but if you jump past it, hopefully I don't hit it, you can get a 3-up balloon right there. So those are pretty rare. And yeah, so those will give you 3 lives, and you can get the end level target right here, and get a banana coin. Very nice. Okay, so that is it for the main stages of the first world. Now all we have left is the boss, Crow's Nest, so let's take him on. Now the bosses in this game are a bit better than in the first game. They have a few more phases to them, usually. I think all the bosses have at least 2 phases. Maybe, I might be wrong about that. But they do throw a little bit more at you than in the first game, so that's nice. But they're still pretty pathetically easy. This one does have a second phase. After you hit it twice, he'll start bashing into the nest and making eggs fall out. Some of them go through the platform, as you can see here. Eventually one will land on the platform and you can use it to hit him. Usually you can tell which one's going to land on the platform because it will kind of fall from a lower height. It's kind of hard to tell, but usually you just want to assume that they're going to go through, try to dodge them, and then, yeah. Really not too hard. And right there, you get a Krem coin. Those are the same coins that you get from beating each of the bonus stages. You also get a Krem coin for beating the bosses as well. So that's worth noting. So that's just kind of a gimme there. So I think I'm going to end this episode here. And next time on Let's Play Donkey Kong Country 2, we will begin the second world of the game, Crocodile Cauldron. So, thank you guys for watching. This is Michael217, and I will see you next time on Let's Play Donkey Kong Country 2.